So Valentine's Day is coming up, and I thought it'd be a good idea for me to pick some books that would be light, fluffier, and not so heavy going. With the exception of maybe one book, these are generally pretty uplifting books. These are good books to gift to people you care about, or if you just want something light to read on your own. So of course my first recommendation is going to be pretty much anything Jane Austen. You really can't go wrong with any Jane Austen book on Valentine's Day. The one I have here is Persuasion, which was her last novel. I have this beautiful edition from Folio Society gifted to me by my boyfriend. Actually, if you wanted to gift somebody a book, a copy from Folio Society wouldn't put you wrong. These pictures are gorgeous. Persuasion is about a woman who is in her late 20s, way past marriageable age for Regency England. When she was younger, she broke off her engagement to her fiance because he wasn't a man of many means. But she comes to regret it later on, especially when he comes back and he is now wealthy after his time in the Navy. It's a really nice, touching story about a more mature romance. And like any Austen novel, there's great dialogue. Female protagonist is very down to earth and stoic, even if she's very regretful. And it's just one of those novels that really brings out what a wordsmith Jane Austen really is. Next on my list is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. So Fangirl is about a girl named Kath. She's an avid fanfiction writer in the fictional Simon Snow universe. She's heavily internet famous, but she's now encountering a time of change. She's now going to university and now has to be separate from her twin sister for the first time in years. She now has to open herself up to the idea of romance and maybe seeking a social life outside of her very immediate family. It touches a bit on mental health issues without going too heavy, and it also talks about the power of fandom and how people find safety in it. And of course my next book is very integrally related to Fangirl. It's Carry On, also by Rainbow Rowell, and this is actually supposed to be the story that Kath is writing in Fangirl about Simon Snow. It's pretty unspoken that Simon Snow is kind of a stand-in for Harry Potter, and Carry On does draw a lot of inspiration from Harry Potter, but maybe subverting a lot of the typical tropes a lot more than Harry Potter does. But it also does it in this really charming and happy way. It's like a nice, warm, happy fantasy read, and of course with a great LGBT romance between Simon Snow and his arch nemesis Baz. My next book is the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series by Jenny Han. It's about a girl named Lara Jean. She comes from a mixed family. She's half Korean and half white. She's this very twee character who loves to bake and loves frilly dresses. She also likes to write a letter to every boy she has a crush on, and then she puts it away and doesn't look at it again. But one day all the letters get sent out to her crushes and lots of shenanigans ensue. I was surprised at how much I really loved this series. Teen romance is not my typical genre, but sometimes a book comes along and does it really well. There's a really nice slow burn romance in this book. You kind of see a lot of the challenges that couples do go through, even if they do care for each other a lot. And of course I really appreciated seeing how much Korean culture affected Lara Jean's life and cultural outlook, even if she is American. Just a really nice picture of mixed race families. My next book is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. This is about a girl who deals a lot with OCD, and she gets drawn into a mystery of sorts when a very high profile figure in her town goes missing, and due to having OCD sometimes she deals with a lot of problems with in relationships and bodily contact. This is probably one of John Green's best novels in my opinion, because it's so real to him and his own personal struggles, and he really knows how to illustrate the personal struggle that the main character goes through as she struggles to have healthy and fulfilling relationships while dealing with her own personal phobias. And also just a good book for anyone who is held back in their relationships by any other personal struggles that they have. My final recommendation is a small comics collection. If you're familiar with Katana Comics on the internet and on Instagram, you'll know that she's an artist who creates a lot of comics based on her relationship with her boyfriend. And she recently came out with a book called Little Moments of Love, which is a compilation of a lot of these comics. I do not have my copy with me because I gifted it to my boyfriend for Christmas, but I read it and I identified with it so much. She is a short girl in the relationship with a very tall boyfriend. I am a short girl in a relationship with a very tall boyfriend. But it was just a short, sweet read that made me feel all warm inside, and the art is really charming. So those are my Valentine's Day reads. I hope you have a very happy Valentine's Day, whether you are single or in a relationship. Remember to, most importantly, love yourself. Let me know what kind of romances you like reading. Do you like romance genre fiction? Do you like romance in fantasy? Remember to follow me on Twitter and Goodreads. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you in my next video.